today I thought that I'd share a detailed process with you on how I am productive in my studio space and how I am able to achieve like my paintings and but I won't be doing much with the ideas because I wanted this to be a different video. I know I've done a video where I showed my creative process and how I come up with like ideas and somewhat what inspires me to create some of the paintings that I do. But today is quite different. So these stretcher bars, I ordered them a while back and I thought it would be nice to create a series with them because they were also the perfect size. So I went ahead to build my canvas from scratch. As you can see, I took time to cut out a good portion from my canvas roll for each stretcher bar. Honestly, this process looks harder than it seems, but actually it's quite easy once you get a hang of it. Once you do it a few times and go through the process, it's actually very easy. And actually, when you are able to stretch your canvas, it helps you save a bit of money, and also it helps you work on your canvas the way you want. So after I stretch the canvas, I would lay everything out if I have multiple canvases, and then I always stretch my canvas a bit loose because when I prime it with my gesso, it always turns out to become firm. So the gesso gives it a contrast texture, so it doesn't lag. The gesso kind of tightens the canvas. And so you want to leave that space, that little looseness, so that when the gesso finally goes on, it stretches out and it tightens it, but not too much. So I go ahead to put them on the easel and wait for it to dry, and usually this takes about 2 hours or a whole day depending on how I want it to be. Hey guys, good morning. It's the next day. I have a few things to do. Yesterday I didn't go to bed early last night. I was up brainstorming and editing, but this morning I just want to get started with the painting now that my gesso is dry and my canvas are ready to go. So let's get right to it. So I decided to sand down this canvas because it doesn't quite give me the texture that I want and that I would love, and because I'm using more of oil paint, I feel like I need a smoother texture, and this gesso kind of dries down roughly, so I went ahead to sand down the canvas. Hi guys. This is like few hours later. It's currently what's the time? It's currently almost 9, just a few seconds I guess. So it's almost 9 o'clock, but I've had to wait for my background to dry down a bit. For this painting process, I decided to use the oil paint to achieve the outline rather than using my usual contact pencil. So this was nice to try something different too. Applying the first layer of the oil paint can be quite painful because of how um, slippery and buttery it is. It gets strips off the canvas as you try to apply it. So this is something that really takes time and patience, and there's some times where I'm doing this and I just have to snap out of it and just take a break and just stop, because the longer you keep going, especially when I have a time frame I'm working with, sometimes my time frame doesn't match up with the medium I'm working with, and this can be very challenging. So I try to go around every area of the painting that I think needs a particular color, even though it doesn't look really good in the first attempt. I try to spread it everywhere and just try to do as much as I can. And usually I would wait for like an hour or two and then go back. So the next day, I decided to go out, and I went out with a friend actually. And then while we were exploring the area, we stumbled on this art show. Unfortunately, I forgot to like note like the name of the gallery and also the artist. But this was very refreshing and very good for me to see another artist work, and I just enjoyed the diversity of all the different arts that I saw in this gallery. It was very refreshing, very beautiful pieces as well. Hey guys, Whew. I'm so tired. Today is December 18th, and today is my birthday. I'm so tired. I went out last night, Friday, and I've had a bit to do today as well, and I think I'm coming down with a flu, but that's okay. I just think it's about time we call this a wrap. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna try to finish off this painting and just start editing it because this needs to go up next week. No procrastination, even though every part of my body wants to do that today. I'm gonna try to push myself and just finish it off. I don't have much left. I'm just doing this area. I don't know if you can see that. Let me do a proper close-up. Okay, so I'm gonna just touch up on the parts that are orange. So that's all I need to do there and here as well. Pretty much done with this. Think it's pretty much satisfactory. So I'll just give it a little touch up and then try to wrap this up. So yeah, let's jump to it. Something else that goes on behind the scenes sometimes is also that I can decide to touch up on a painting or just go do a little bit to make progress, and sometimes I like to do that off camera because it helps me to just like stress less. I don't have to worry about angles and recording and painting at the same time, so my brain is just concentrating on one thing. But when I'm filming and also trying to paint, that can be very tasking, challenging, but fun. So yeah, that's why there's so much progress from the last time you saw me paint till now. And here I'm just going in and just doing the final touch-ups. I feel like the painting was ready to go at this point to the next level. Okay, so I decided to make the sunflowers a little abstract and not too realistic because again, I always like to lean between the abstract and realistic. I just feel like there's something beautiful about these two styles of painting and two types of impressions together. I just love it so much. So at this point, I was just going in with a little bit of like shade, some tones, and creating like texture. And I also had to paint this butterfly. I loved that I didn't paint the butterfly at the initial stage because the color I wanted to use would have been way off. So sometimes what I've learned is to really always pause and take a break and then come back to it because your ideas might just change and they might just be reshaped better than your initial ideas. So painting, while filming, while creating content, my ideas are constantly evolving. So any like process you see at the beginning will not like completely be followed through. It would always like evolve, and it would always change into something better, and that's the beauty of creating. And so thank you guys for joining me on today's video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all the lovely comments that you all leave me. And I hope to catch you in my next one. Bye.